And now, BillyCBoxing.com presents Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down with Billy C. Here he is, Billy C.
We're coming at you from the Billy C studio in Lake George, New York. I'm Bill Calogero, and it's time for BillyCBoxing.com's Professional Boxing's Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down for today, June 25th, in the year 2012. 2012? What happened to the 80s? Anyway, I got a couple of them today, and a couple of long ones, too. Actually, I got several. First and foremost, we do the thumbs up. Thumbs up to Joesito Lopez for his blue-collar outlook and true fighter mentality for upsetting Victor Ortiz Saturday night in California. If the sport of boxing had more guys like Joesito Lopez, it would be the number one sport like it was back in the day. I've been telling you guys about Joesito Lopez forever, at least 2 years. I love this kid. He moved up in weight. He was smart. He didn't even worry about making the welterweight limit. He weighed in, I think, at 144 pounds. Loved this kid. Never quits. He was rocked a couple of times, came back, won by knockout. Hey, I'm telling you, if more fighters were like Joesito Lopez, it would be back on the charts. We wouldn't have to go digging for websites. We'd have it all right in front of us. Thumbs up to Joesito Lopez and his entire team. Thumbs up for the camera guys that from ShowTime that happened to capture the classic looks. It was what they say is priceless. The looks on the faces of Richard Schaefer, his beautiful wife, Oscar De La Hoya, and Saul Alvarez as soon as they announced Lopez the winner. It was priceless to see the simultaneous look of, holy shit, we just lost a ton of money. And that's exactly what they look like. I loved it. I loved that shot, and I was so glad that the guys at ShowTime picked that up. Thumbs up to the camera guys on ShowTime. Thumbs up goes to Lucas Matisse for knocking out Humberto Soto on Saturday night. This was a war. His constant forward movement, never say quit attitude, earns him the victory, and in my opinion, many more paydays to come. This is a guy, Lucas Matisse, that should be undefeated. I think he potentially got robbed in both of his split decision losses. This guy kept it coming. I also got to kind of give a thumbs up to the corner of Humberto Soto for stopping the fight and looking out for their fighter. This is what corners are supposed to do. You know, it's a team. You know, they're always saying our team, want to thank my team, want to thank my team, want to thank my team. Humberto Soto should thank his team for looking out for him because, you know what, a fighter's job is to fight. A corner's job is to protect their fighter, and Humberto Soto's corner did just that. Thumbs up to Matisse and to Humberto Soto's corner. Now, we got some thumbs down. First and foremost, thumbs down to all the people that call themselves boxing fans that are criticizing Victor, and I didn't mean that, Victor Ortiz for quitting the fight because of his broken jaw. Especially those fans who were throwing stuff at him while he was leaving the arena. Everyone has a different threshold of pain, and to suggest that he wimped out or didn't show heart is a joke. You cannot compare Ali's fight with Norton or Arthur Abraham's performance against Edison Miranda with Ortiz and then expect him to do the same. Everyone is different. He clearly had his jaw broken earlier in the fight. He was spitting out blood between the rounds. He told his corner he was hurt. He whispered in their ear, and finally he couldn't take it anymore, and you know, he had to call it a night. You know, I think it's unfair to criticize a fighter for not you know, inflicting more, and we're not talking about, you know, just taking a beating and you know, not being able to win a fight. We're talking about a guy that could have been disfigured and everything else. A thumbs down to everybody that's being so critical of him today and in the aftermath of the fight on Saturday night. Thumbs down to the people responsible for giving Hector Camacho Jr. a 7-5 kid on Saturday night in Texas. Now, granted, he was the last minute sub, I think within 2 days or something like that. But come on, man. You know, I mean, what do you expect? You know, Camacho's got, 60 fights under his belt. Granted, they've been against bums and everything else. But, does it surprise you that he fought an out-of-shape kid that barely was able to make the weight? Does it surprise you that Camacho Jr. Knocked him out in the first round? big effing deal for this. You know what makes me really laugh is that now you're going to be hearing Team Camacho Jr. say, now we're ready for a world title. We're ready. Thumbs down to Camacho Jr. and the state of Texas, because that was the state that permitted that fight. Thumbs down to all you guys. Thumbs down to the backwoods Alabama Boxing Commission for allowing Owen, what the heck are you still fighting for, Beck, to fight Deontay Wilder. Listen, Beck has suffered 8 knockout losses in his last 8 fights in a row. He clearly needs to be protected from himself. Aren't we supposed to look to commissions to protect fighters? Nobody's trying to protect this guy. He's obviously in a situation where he needs money. He continues to suffer these devastating knockouts. He took a beating for 4 rounds before he couldn't continue. Somebody's got to protect Owen. What the heck, Beck, are you still fighting for? I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get what Owen Beck is still fighting for. If you know, this kid can't even, if you've heard any interviews with Owen Beck, he can't even have a conversation. He can't even talk clearly. He's already slurring his words. In my opinion, and I know it's going to sound drastic, anybody that lets this kid fight again, whether it be a commission, whether it be his own manager, whether it be anybody, should be charged with attempted murder, because that's what's going to happen. This poor kid is going to be a forgotten fighter, and it's our fault. It's our fault as boxing people to let this happen. And damn it, we shouldn't. You know, these commissions who think they're you know what doesn't stink. You know, where are they now? Where's the ABC now? Why isn't anybody protecting this guy? And forget about Deontay Wilder bragging about, he gets a thumbs down too for not fighting anybody with a pulse. I mean, this guy's, I'm losing interest in him 100%. You know, he's got to fight somebody. He's 23-0 right now with 23 knockouts. Who's he fought? Guys that should be in a hospital like Owen Beck? Come on, man. Thumbs down to both you guys. And finally, thumbs down to Antonio Tarver for testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs for the Latif Coyote fight. Man, you know, Antonio, what can I say? You know, I thought that you were finished as a fighter. I was very critical of you fighting, and my emphasis for you, Antonio Tarver, has been the same since for the last 2 years. I love the job you're doing with Showtime. I've begged you through the air here that, you know, stop, hang up the gloves. You don't need that anymore. You know, pursue your broadcast career. You do a fantastic job. In my opinion, Antonio Tarver is the best ringside color analyst the sport has to offer. And now, because of testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs, not only did you just tarnish your whole career inside the ring, you may have ruined something that you were really good at outside the ring. Thumbs down to Antonio Tarver for testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs. Hey, man, that concludes our thumbs up, thumbs down for today. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Gotta go. Ciao, baby.